Okay, so we're going to move into an exercise that Pauline and I will demonstrate first. And the exercise will involve you going into dyads. And the overall exercise will take about 20-25 minutes. So first you will um, we're going to demo this, Pauline and I, and then you'll be put in breakout rooms and with one other person. So we'll give you a couple of minutes. We'll announce the timing. You'll take each a minute to introduce yourself, and then you'll take turns. So you choose who's going to be the speaker who goes first. And the first person will then 1 minute to monologue, just what you're experiencing in this moment, just connecting with yourself. You just say, hey, what I'm experiencing, I'm excited, I'm open, I'm happy to meet you, you know, whatever it is, I'm enjoying the aftertaste of chocolate, or I'm cold, or I'm looking forward to this weekend, or whatever it is that's happening for you. So that would be a moment, a minute, 1 minute. And then after that, there are going to be 3 sets of questions, repeating questions. And the first question, and you'll do that for question for 2 minutes, is tell me a blessing or a gift life has bestowed on you. And the person answers, and you say thank you, and then you
Yes, yeah,
inquire.
I'm wondering, do you want to start the demo just by
Yeah,
these
I'm
notes
just
together?
explaining it. Yeah, so if you want to come on with me,
Great,
we
let
can.
me come on because I think we could demonstrate as we're going through the explanation. That would be great.
Yeah, yeah, exactly.
Okay, so I'll be the one answering the questions. If you want to ask me, well, first
Okay,
of all,
yeah, so actually, yeah, I probably should have started. So assume we've gone through the introductions. We've each spent a moment. Hi, I'm Yessi, and I'm the chief bottle washer here, and now you got your minute.
yeah, so I'll say I'm Pauline. I am the support person and chief dance officer. And then we'll choose who goes first. So I can go first in terms of I'll be speaking from my experience, and
Yeah,
you can ask me
yes.
questions.
Yeah, so actually you're going to do a 1 minute monologue. You can shorten it up. So first I'll just go through all the steps so we're not confusing people. So you want to just take a few seconds and talk about your experience in the moment.
Yeah, in this moment, I am remembering the exercise we did earlier, just finding something pleasant in my body. And I remember from earlier my pinky toe on my right foot felt sort of peaceful. So I'm just tuning into that. And besides that, there's a little bit of tension and tiredness in my body.
Okay, so yeah, so this is a little shorter, but you'll have a minute to kind of describe your experience in the moment, whatever's happening. So then we're going to go into these repeating questions. So I'm going to ask Pauline, tell me a blessing or a gift life has bestowed on you.
And just an aside, Yossi's voice or my voice is actually going to come through the breakout room. So you'll know when it's time to switch from one section to the next. For example, we're switching from the monologue now to the blessings or gifts section. So you'll know when it's time to switch to each new part. Okay, so back to me role playing the demonstration. So you
Yep.
asked me the question, and I will tell
Yeah,
you.
let me repeat it. So tell me a blessing or a gift life has bestowed on you.
I am blessed to have a warm and loving family.
Thank you. What is it like when you acknowledge this?
I feel a sense of warmth in my heart and in my belly.
Thank you. Tell me a blessing or a gift life has bestowed on you.
I feel blessed to be living with my best friend.
Thank you. What is it like when you acknowledge this?
I feel sweetness and a sense of support, being supported, and gratitude.
Okay, great. So you'll continue cycling through this. You'll have 2 minutes for this portion. Asking for the blessings, the gifts that life bestowed on you. They answer, you say thank you, and then you deepen by asking what's it like when you acknowledge this. So you'll do that for 2 minutes, and then with the same person answering, you're going to move to the next question. And the next thing we'll pay attention to is a difficulty or a challenge. Here there's going to be the question and then two questions to elaborate on it. And we'll do that for 3 minutes. Uh, so,
So I
so
just wanted to add that I will put all of these questions in the chat. Before you go to the breakout room, I'll drop them in the chat. And then when you're in the breakout, you can open up your chat window so you can read them. You don't have to memorize them all. But also, again, one of us will come on and tell you it's time to switch to the difficulty or challenge set of questions.
yeah, and I see a comment here on the chat that someone doesn't have a mic, and we'll figure out a way to work with you with that. I have some ideas, but let me continue for now here with the demo. So uh, so now we're looking at this section. So tell me a difficulty or a challenge life is presenting you with.
So a challenge I'm facing right now is working on how to grow my business in the right way.
Thank you. How are you relating to this difficulty or challenge?
I notice I move between excitement and then avoidance and fear.
Thank you. What happens when you open a little more to embracing it?
I notice myself taking a deep breath. I feel there's some tightness in my belly and like a feeling of resting around that tightness.
Thank you. Tell me a difficulty or a challenge life is presenting you with.
I'm feeling the challenge of taking the next big steps with being more public, sharing my offerings more publicly.
Thank you. How are you relating to this difficulty or challenge?
I notice some hesitancy and wanting to get a lot of people's input.
Thank you. What happens when you open a little more to embracing it?
I notice a sense of relief in terms of just acknowledging that I'm looking for support. It's not, I don't have to do it alone. So that feels like a good acknowledgement.
Okay, great. So you'll do this, we're going to cut it short for now, but you'll cycle through this part of challenges and difficulty for 3 minutes. So again, you'll ask the difficulty, the challenge, the answer, thank you. How are you relating to this difficulty or challenge? The answer, thank you. What happens when you open a little more to embracing it? The answer, thank you. You go back to tell me a difficulty. Okay, so you do that for 3 minutes, and then we'll move to the next step, which is some question here. We do 2 rounds. I go through all of them with one person, then switch. Yes. Yes, you go through the whole thing with one person, going through their monologue, their blessings, their challenges, and then this last piece, what life is asking of you. So So the next question is, tell me something life is inviting or asking of you.
So right now, life is asking me to open to more support from my colleagues and my friends.
Thank you. How are you relating to this invitation at this moment?
I feel a little bit tentative. There's a big part of me that wants to do it all by myself.
Thank you. And what's it like when you open to embrace this invitation?
Again, I notice I'm taking a deep breath, feeling my feet on the floor, sort of resting into the possibility of the joy that comes with feeling supported.
Thank you. Tell me something life is inviting or asking of you.
Life is inviting me to find more joy.
Thank you. And how are you relating to this invitation at this moment?
It feels a little scary or a little unknown.
Thank you. And what's it like when you open to embrace this invitation?
I feel a sense of aliveness and warmth. There's also a wanting to hide. So both of those are there.
Right. Thank you. So you'll go through this for 3 minutes. Now, you might have noticed that uh, sometimes life has this invitation, and you might experience a resistance to it, to this invitation. So even though the question is asking, what's it like when you open to embrace this invitation? If what's coming up in the moment is resistance, as Pauline did, she named that resistance. And so part of the openness is to embrace that resistance and just see what happens. So, yeah, I hope I'm making sense here. You want to say anything, Pauline, about your experience or what I'm saying?
I think you nailed it where I didn't feel like I had to hide the fact that there was resistance. That's part of the openness, making space for all of it.
Yeah, so life was inviting you for more joy, and then that was scary for you,
Mhm.
and you named that fear. So, and yeah, okay, great. So you go through this stage for 3 minutes, and then you get a minute monologue again. So what what's your experience now, Pauline?
So right now I am noticing the beautiful faces on Zoom. I'm feeling more open, just I feel after sharing more connected to everybody. And there's, wondering, does this all make sense? Are you excited to try this? Is there resistance in you? But I feel a joy just being able to be part of this experience with you.
Okay, great. So yeah, to just clarify, someone asked here in the chat. So you go through this all the sequence with one person in the hot seat, so to speak. 1 minute monologue, 2 minutes cycling through life's gifts and blessings, then 3 minutes cycling through challenges and difficulties, and then cycling through life's invitations. And with each of those, there's sub questions that you're looping with. And then at the end, um, 1 more minute of monologue. Then you switch roles. So this whole thing is about 10 minutes per person. You go through the 10 minutes of being on the hot seat. It might take a minute or two longer just because of transition time between questions as you wrap them up. Um, and so after you do that for one person, you switch roles. You could do that for the second person, another 10, 11 minutes. And then you'll have just 2 minutes to debrief together. Like, what was that like for you? And then you'll have 5 minutes of a bio break. And then we'll come back to the big room to share. Are there any questions, or do people feel the pressure to get their bio break first? So we can reverse.
I have a question before we touch base with the room, just for people watching the recording. What do you suggest, Yossi?
Thank you. Thank you for bringing that up. I would suggest people just, if you have a partner that is excited to do this with you, you could do it that way. Otherwise, you could just do this as a journaling. So exercise, you could do that as a monologue with a tape recorder on your phone or whatever. So you could start out 1 minute, what's happening now, then kind of ask yourself what is a blessing or a gift life is bestowing on me? What's it like when I acknowledge that? Go for a few minutes with that, then go to the next set, which is what is a difficulty or a challenge in life is presenting, and how do I relate to it, and what happens when I acknowledge it? Spend a few minutes with that, and then go to what is life asking of me, and go through that sequence, and then do a closing monologue journaling on what you're experiencing now, that you have paid attention to your gifts, your difficulties, your challenges, as well as life's invitations, and you could do all of this on your own.